Hello, hi friends. So today we're going to talk about vision, mission, and strategy. Vision. Vision is a very important word. Vision is something which starts everything. It's looking into the future. That's something ahead of time that anyone else probably cannot see, but you can see because you have that vision. So vision is looking into future ahead of time to aim at higher achievable things. Vision is the basic of any organization, or organization starts with a vision. So vision should be on the top of the table, clearly articulated and further broken up to objective and achievable as goals. All right. So vision is something that, for example, uh, you are sleeping, okay, and you wake up, you see a dream and you wake up. The person next to you, you tell him her about your dream. You're perfectly able to articulate your dream in front of the person next to you, and let's just wait for 1 hour, couple of hours, or a day, and you will have some memories of that vision, that dream that you have seen last night, but you won't be able to properly articulate that particular vision because it's gone out of your memory. To keep the vision, there is a passion that drives it to be alive. So the thing is, this needs a sustaining power to keep that alive. Passion is that tool which we can also call that sustaining power, which develops an urgency to act upon that dream, that vision, right? So to form a vision, it's a simple thing. Steps: first you have a vision, then you have a mission, then comes the strategy, which leads to objective, and objective leads to goal. That's what we're going to discuss, these 5 steps. All right. So they should start looking into future, predict it, plan for it, make it happen. Thus vision is the result of the dream in action. When you have a dream, we say, no, there's a very old saying that dreams are not those which you see while sleeping, but dreams are those which doesn't even let you sleep. So a dream vision is a dream in action. All right. When you predict it, plan it, make it happen, and work hard for it. So the gap between dream and action is filled with plan. How well we succeed will depend upon how well we plan. Planning sets the direction and speed of the progress. In any organization, training according to vision is very crucial thing, because if employee will be trained and understand the vision and the mission of the company, they will give their best because of the connectivity that they feel with the particular vision or particular project that you have in your mind. Because the picture that you see, if your employees are not seeing the same picture, how would they be able to achieve the thing? So they say vision should be uh, clear and properly articulated. Then comes the mission. If vision is what, then mission statement is why and how. How you gonna achieve the mission, and why? What is the reason behind that vision? Like an institute have a vision that they want to give a nation so many bright talent with innovative education and produce leadership. How and why? Why? Because it's going to be amazing, obviously. And how? Through innovative education, through the change in technology, through being connected to the dynamic organization, and adapt the changes, adapt the technology, adapt the ways, adapt getting people, the getting or leaders to be the part of it, to train the students, and that's how the mission is articulated. Mission focuses upon values and principles on which being and doing are based. If there's an entrepreneur who have a vision to start a firm, he must have some values and principles. For some, those values and principles could be money. For some, it could be um, the his her duty towards the society. It could be anything, and thus a mission statement which focuses upon why and how of vision, it is based upon the values and principles of the particular person, what values and principles they have set in up to achieve that vision. That's how we articulate the mission. Mission should be very clearly indicates the role and methodologies followed for fulfilling the vision, and it should be very well articulated everywhere in the firm, on the IDs, on the systems, on the walls, and everywhere, so that people should know about it. The employee should stay connected with the mission of the firm. All right. So formation of mission makes sure that vision doesn't go haywire with the help of values and principles. A mission makes sure that your vision doesn't go haywire. Haywire means it doesn't, go in the wrong direction. All right. If in a vision we see a long run goal, in mission we see those information which we need to fulfill in near future for the sake of vision. A mission gives you information how to achieve the vision which in long term. All right. So mission statements are prepared to make the employee understand in clear terms how to achieve the vision, why all this has to be done. All right. Mark my words, how to achieve the vision and why all these things are being done. How and why. All right. It is basically the roadmap to achieve the vision. All right. So now let's come to strategy. Now you know the basic difference between vision and mission. All right. And now let's come to strategy. The third point comes when we have the vision and when we have the mission. Now comes the strategy. Strategy is a way of doing something. It usually indicates formation of an objective and a set of action plans for accomplishment of objective. Okay, so it involves environment scanning, strategy formation, strategy implementation, evaluation, and control. It's not a simple thing. It's involves so many things like environment scanning, where you analyze what are the dynamic environment outside is. You have the vision, you have the mission, you have everything, but now you have to understand what's really going on out in the market, and according to that you have to be planned. You have to predict the future. You have to form your strategy. You have to implement those strategy further, and then evaluation and control. All right. So there are few steps, four steps of strategy. The first step is analyzing opportunities and threat that exist in external environment. You have the company, you have the idea, you have the mission, you have the vision, you have everything. Now you're making the strategy. You look at the dynamic environment, the external environment. You have to find out the opportunities that lies ahead for you. What are the opportunities? How you are planning to grab those opportunities. You have to make a particular strategy to grab those opportunities, and you can only grab them by looking for them. So first you have to look for those opportunities that lies for you in the external environment. Not just the opportunity, but also the threats. You have to keep a strong eye on those threats. You have to find those threats. All right. That what are the things that that might affect our business. All right. So formulate strategy. Second point, formulate strategy that will match the organization's weakness and strength with opportunities and threats of external environment. This is a very good point, that you have to formulate a strategy that will match organization's weakness and strengths with opportunities and threats of external environment. Once you have seen the opportunities and threats that lies external in external environment, now you know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and your strategy must be formed according to your strength and weaknesses, right? So if you have some strength, use it to overcome the threat of the external environment. If you have some weakness, use the opportunities that lies in external environment and try to overcome your weakness. That's how these two things combine together, and you have to make a strategy for that before you start. And now you have to implement this strategy. Alright, so implementation, of course, you have done the planning in your brain, now implement it on the real world. Then evaluate and control the activities to ensure that the organization objectives are achieved. Now you have to evaluate everything that once you implement it, you have to keep an eye that the the strength and the weaknesses are being stronger or overcome because of the opportunities and threats in the external environment. All right, and that's how you evaluate and control the activities to ensure that organization's objectives are achieved. Next one is objectives. All right, so when we talk about objectives, now we have the departments, we have the we have formed the firm, we have implemented everything, evaluation and control is taking place. Now we have the objectives. Every department should have well defined objective. This will be based on why department exists and what are its broad expected outcomes. If I have a department of production, why that production department exists, and what is the broader expected outcomes from it according to my vision of the organization. The objective should reflect vision of the organization. There are 4 to 5 departments in my firm, and I have to give a particular objective to all those departments, that why you guys exist, why we have production, why we have marketing, why we have sales, why we have accounts. I have to give them particular objective, that this is my vision, guys, and to fulfill that vision you have this particular objective. The objective of production is another thing, the objective of uh, sales is another thing, mission and everything is different. All right, so that's how you put objective for different departments. Okay, then comes goal setting. We have discussed about goal settings in another chapter, where we discussed about SMART goals. SMART goals is specific goals, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. Your goal, you have set a proper goal for your firm, for your department, and those goals should be specific, should be very specific. I want to score high marks is not a goal. I want to be a good manager is not the goal. What you want to achieve in an organization is a particular goal. Okay, what you want to establish over there, that's a goal. It should be very specific. Then it should be measurable. I want to score high marks is not a measurable goal, it's not a SMART goal. I want to score 85% marks is a goal that you can measure. Now you try for 85%. High is also 80, high is also 70. But 85 is your not target. This is your goal. Then it should be attainable. You haven't done good academically ever, and now you're planning to have a goal to score at least 98%, 99%, which is not attainable if you haven't done anything yet. So looking at your past experiences, looking at how much time you left and how much you can do, you have to make an attainable goal. All right, so you plan it like 85% is attainable. Yeah, I can do this much because I have been doing 70. If I study in this much in this particular time, I can make it to 85. That's an attainable goal. But 99 is not an attainable goal. All right, then it should be realistic. I want to be the prime minister, yeah? of this nation. Doesn't mean anything. Come on, man. If you haven't even done the anything yet, है ना, you are. It's not a realistic goal. You have to start a journey to be there. You have to do take some steps. So it should be a realistic goal. All right. So being a small enterprise, being a small enterprise, you cannot dream of being world class since you haven't even registered on stock market yet. You don't have shareholders, and you are very small. You operate in a small part of a small city. So make it a realistic goal. Then final one is time bond. Of course, we all know time bond, and it is the most urgent thing, most crucial thing. I want to achieve 10,000 units. Alright, my goal is specific, my goal is measurable, my goal is attainable, my goal is realistic, but in how much time? If I say I want to achieve 10,000 units in this financial year, so now I have particularly 1 year, 365 days to complete that goal. And once I know that I have this much time, there is a chain of event that starts to do that job. I know that I have a goal and I have to achieve it in this much time. I don't have much time, so I have to start working on it. All right, so this is SMART goal. Then comes targets. All right, we know the difference between objective and goals. Now comes target. Now sometimes people get confused between what are targets and what are objectives. Objectives and targets are not same thing. What are goals? Goals and targets are not the same thing. No, they are not. They have a very slight difference. Once we have the goal, okay, while goal are for the team of people involved, maybe in long run, goal could be long run, and it is for the team, the whole team. Target are for individual, and they are made for short term, right? These are person specific targets. Targets make individual more comfortable and clear with what he she has to do and within what time frame. Mark my word, time frame as well. All right, so it should be written with the care and should reflect the vision and the job description of the person and the potential of the person. All right, so for example, I'm a graphic designer in a firm, and my firm needs me to design some pamphlets or some menus outsourced. We have outsourced, है ना? So if I got some, I have to design some menus. But my firm knows that my job description clearly says that I am an expert of Corel Draw, not VFX, right? So we have to make sure that my target should involve the Corel Draw or Photoshop, not the VFX thing. Alright, so that's how my firm will give me target. If they give me something which is out of my job description, doesn't make any sense. If they want me to do accounts, it doesn't make any sense that Harsh, you have a target of doing accounts. Dude, I applied for a graphic designer post. It doesn't mean anything. So according to my potential, they know that I am a good designer. That's why they hired me. I have been doing a great work, but they know my speed. My speed of work is 5 designs in a day. They cannot give me target of 8 designs. They know my potential. They know that if we give him 5 designs, he will give us 5 beautiful designs. If we give him 8, he will also give us 7, but not that good, not that beautiful. So let him work, let him take his time. A firm knows his potential, and according to that, it gives the target. All right. So basically, difference between targets and objectives are for the which defines what is the purpose of the department. Goal is for the team, and then target is for the person, individual person, because target makes individual more comfortable and clear with what he she has to do and within what time frame. Then the final thing is action plans. So it is what and how to achieve the target. Alright, you have the target, and the management will tell me, it will guide me in fact, that how to achieve those targets. How means sequencing of action of every individual. For example, there are two things over here. first thing, I have to do a work. Now they will guide me. Harsh, you can do this by this, and step by step. And sequencing of action of every individual means that a department have objective and a team have a goal. So as a team leader, I know that if this person have the target of doing this graphics, and so to get those graphics done, first we need to get the basics. First I need to get the uh, designs. First I need to get what is the expectation of designs from the company to whom I'm going to provide. So I have to set a sequence of action for every individual. My other person on my team will be given a target to get those things done from the company where we are going to get the work. All right. So once he gets it, I will transfer this thing to my graphic designer. He will design it, and once he designed it, it goes for the check. Once the check is approved, we send it to the firm, and the firm approves it. We send the thing to the account department to ensure that we get the timely payment of the particular thing. And if it is not cleared, it comes back to the graphic designer. He do the desired changes, and then it goes back. So there's a sequence of actions of every individual, and the team leader decides what is the action plan going on in his team. So you have to manage the individual, and he have to put it all in the sequence, because so that there is no wastage of time and efforts, or no one is sitting idle at the time of doing the job. So that's why action planners are here. So I'm gonna show you a proper diagram of how this thing works in an organization. Okay. So now comes this diagram where we see that there is a vision of the firm which comes at the top. Then there is the mission statement which tells us how and why of the vision. Then come the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are strategies where we make the whole departments and look at the external environment, the threats and opportunities, and make the strategies according to our weaknesses and the strengths. Then we have the departments, department 1, 2, 3, 4, and every department are given a particular objective, that why it exists. Department 1, probably it's a production. Department 2, probably it's the sales. 3 is marketing. Fourth one is accounts. So everyone is given a particular objective, that why the department exists. Looking and seeing that what is the vision. It reflects the vision and the mission of the firm. All right. So now we have the objective. Then comes the goal. The goals are given to the department, where this is defined that what is your SMART goal are. The goal should be specific, it should be measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. So once the goals are done, then the targets are given. Targets are given to the individuals. Every individual gets the target. Goals are for the team and for the long run, and where targets are divided into short run, and those targets are for the individuals. Basically, targets make individual more comfortable and clear with what he she has to do within what time frame, and thus the targets are there. And then comes the action plan, where how to achieve the targets and sequencing of action of every individual is decided. So this is how the whole firm things goes on, and I hope you like the video, and thank you. Enjoy.